Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Olympus 725RD-DW-IH-26D. This is a small format interchangeable core rim or surface mount deadlock cabinet lock. Inverted hand, 1 1/16 cylinder length and a satin chrome finish. I have one removed here from the packaging, and here's what it looks like. Let's take a quick review of its dimensional properties, and we will get on and talk about what it is. So, overall dimension of the body of the unit, about 2 inch. Overall thickness, about 1/2 of an inch. The overall width, outside of the flange, it's about 2 5/8, I would say. The most important dimension is the 1 1/16 cylinder projection. Then we can take a look at the diameter of that. Looks like it's about 1 1/8 is what that is. This is also going to include its accessory package, which gives us the strike, about 1 7/8 by about 11/16. It's quite thin. It's probably about 40 thousandths would be my guess. Maybe a little heavy on that. Let's see. Oh, the kit is good. 0.039. 0.039. So about 40 thousandths thick. It's going to include a spacer. That spacer you will use if you have a 6-pin interchangeable core going into this. You want to slide this down onto your throw member. Stick that in there. If you're using 7-pin, you won't use this. If you have 5-pin, you'll need 2 of them. You can buy those separately. And then lastly, there are screws that are included. 2 for the body and then 2 for the strike. Okay, now, why are you looking at this? What's it used for? Let's talk about that. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So if you're looking at this one way or another, you need a cabinet or a drawer lock, and that's what exactly this is. These are called rim-mounted locks because they're mounted around the perimeter of the door. Out at the edge, on the outside edges, is where this would be mounted. This is a deadbolt because it's literally a bolt. There is no latch involved here at all. Okay. You know, I didn't show you the bolt dimensions earlier. Let's take a quick look at that. About 3/4 by about 3/8 by about 5/16 maybe, a little bit thinner. And you're doing casework, doors, something smaller, a smaller format application where you have drawers, you have cabinet doors, something that's going to require a heavy-duty lock or a lock that would be considered heavy-duty. Olympus calls this material institutional grade. And what that's really just meant to infer is that the material is heavy-duty. It's grade 1 is what institutional grade will refer to in this sense, which means 1,000,000 cycles is what that means. If it's grade 1, it's been tested to 1,000,000 cycles. Who knows how long this would work? 30 million cycles. Who knows? But it's been tested to 1,000,000, which is the highest standard that we have. And you're probably doing a job where you need the ability to remove the core, a la small format interchangeable core. Either you need these locks standalone interchangeable core, but more likely you have an existing system where there's interchangeable core, small format in fact, in all of your doors. Anywhere where you've got a key cylinder, you've got small format. It could be something working a key switch for automatic doors. It could be, industrial process control. You could have cylinders on machines. You could have cylinders in doors, obviously. But your cabinets need to have the same sort of system. Think of maybe an accounting or payroll or HR department. Well, within their office, they need to secure material. And that key needs to be on the grader keying system, small format. Okay, that's why they have these. It's an extremely common need in the marketplace to provide locks of this nature that are compatible with the balance of the keying system is what this is. 26D, this is available in different finishes. Satin chrome, polished chrome, satin brass, polished brass, oil rubbed. They could probably do black, would be my guess. Black is now has been for a while the popular color. The year is 2021. It's been popular for a handful of years, 3, 4, 5 years. 100 years ago, black was, yeah, you were going to get black from everybody. It's, now a popular color. Let's switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at all of the supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. All right, here's the item that we are indeed looking at. Let's take a look at some photos that we have. There it is in its packaging. Close-up view with the plastic disposable construction core. That is included so that once you install the material, you can test the function of the lock to make sure that it works. Because very commonly, when you are installing these locks, those cores are not on the job site just yet. And in fact, they may not have even been shipped. They may not have been started in manufacturing. They may not have been ordered at all. Who knows? They may not be showing up to the job site for several months. Different view. All the parts that you get. Your spacer, your strike, your 4 screws, your plastic disposable construction core. Close-up view showing the throw member. Classic figure 8 design. We know that this is small, this is most definitely small format because both of these lobes are the same size. Generally, you'll find in large format interchangeable core, this bottom lobe is larger. I forget if Corbin Russwin is the same size, top and bottom, but when they are equal sizes, it's very likely small format. Or Best, the Best type core. Popularized, invented in fact, patented by Frank Best, the founder of Best Lock Company. And it's by no coincidence that this lock is patterned after Best hardware. Let's take a look at some additional photos, just showing different views of it. Backside, the bolt, side view of the bolt, then your fastener, your accessory package. All right, now the extended description information is here. IC core deadbolt lock. It's a rim or surface mount. We talked about that. Deadbolt cabinet lock or drawer lock. The key is removable in the locked or unlocked position. That is what is called non-key retaining. This lock is non-handed, except that what's interesting is this image is incorrect. This should be shown rotated 180 degrees because it's an inverted style lock. The bolt would be at the bottom, and I'll show you that in the catalog. It'll make more sense in a moment. You can order these key retaining as well should you want to only remove the key when you are in the locked position. That would be very typical for human resources. Storage of confidential paperwork, I would think. This retrofits a Best 5L7RD, and it's an inverted hand. Sizes, what it includes, we talked about that. And we'll take anything compatible with small format, including those cylinders that integrate electronics. When you buy one, we'll ship you one. There's a series of links down below. Let's tackle them. Catalog page. Now, what's uniform in the Olympus full-line catalog, it's about 80 pages, and I'll show you that before the end of this video, where to find that. On the right side, you'll always have the Cliff's Notes, specifications, keying information, what's included, and what else is available for it as well. There'll always be a table of what you can get, so that's the table to look at. Showing you what these locks look like, though, is here. This is the standard image. The difference between this and this rotated 180 degrees is you want the key oriented in the proper position. So the throw member needs to be closest to the bolt when it's inverted, but opposite when it's in a vertical position. Vertical hand, inverted hand. Left hand and right hand. Unfortunately, on the left and right, the key is going to go in flat. So in the 725 RD inverted hand, you can do chrome, satin and polished, brass, satin and polished, and oil rubbed. Technical drawing of the item here showing everything we've talked about. The center of the holes, 2 3/16. The next document is Datasheet. It's going to be a copy of most of everything we just said. Okay, a little better view of what inverted hand looks like. Inverted drawer, that's the application. Left-hand doors and right-hand doors are just like safe doors. They always swing out, as do cabinet doors, so they just call them by what side the hinges are on, left or right. The door industry would call that something different. There's a page 2 showing other accessories, spacers. Should you need spacers, you can space that out a little bit. This application here can change depending on the construction of what you're installing it into. You might need to build that body off back a little bit to accommodate something that's happening at the header. I do have in another document that I'd like to pull up and show you, 500DR. For the 725, they don't illustrate those different conditions, but a different lock that they have does have that included. Yeah, great application right here. So you might need those spacers because the spacers will allow you to build that off. It's actually shown here. So you can install this in different ways. In the 725, they don't show us those different options, but I pull up that 500DR just to illustrate the concept. Obviously, the length of the cylinder body, the cylinder housing portion is going to be important to know when you are ordering off the menu, so to speak. Different keyways that you can do should you purchase cores. There are different keyways that are available. The next document up is the architectural specifications. Not much that I will show you here, except if you need to convey to someone what you are expecting, this would be the sheet to look at for this material. 725 RD right there. The next document is going to be installation instructions. Obviously drilling a hole. That hole, they don't really give us much guidance at all about what diameter to drill nor at what backset, but we can obtain that information. The hard outside dimension of the cylinder housing itself is 1.125, so it's 1.125. I would probably be tempted to drill an 1.25 hole, a very clean hole, like maybe with a Forstner bit, or at least to get started, nice and clean. The back set is, well, you know, they're showing us 7/8 to the center here from the edge. And if we were to consider that 7/8 from here down to the center line, what do you want the back set to be? Well, if you want to install it where the top of the lock is exactly flush with your casework, your door, yeah, 7/8 would be the number. Your strike is illustrated here. A couple of screws in this area actually, and you're done. You know, you can tweak that 7/8 a little bit, but I don't know that you need to tweak it much. Diameter of the hole, yeah, you're going to want a little bit of play, but I wouldn't make it any larger than that. That would leave a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. I'm not saying you should drill an 1.25 hole, but you might consider that. Maybe 1 3/16. The next document is cylinder installation instructions. Okay, yeah, this shows you how to insert the small format core. When you've got the core, you'll insert the control key and rotate it clockwise 15 degrees. That will pull the control lug back, allowing you to insert it into the housing. Bring that key back to vertical, pull the key out. Now the core is fixed inside of the housing itself. Handing chart. This will help illustrate exactly what LH, RH, VH, IH refer to when you're looking at the part number. How do you want this thing installed? What should it look like? Therefore, order accordingly. Okay. Fun fact, The A keyway is the reverse of the, pardon me, let me back up. The Schlage C keyway, probably the second most common keyway in the world of all time. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't know what they use in China or other parts of the world, but the Schlage C here in North America, probably the second most common keyway, is the reverse of the A keyway. It was the best engineer who came to work at Schlage who just drew the reverse of the A keyway, and voila, you've got Schlage C. Fun fact. That's insider information right there. Okay, now there's a link below this video as seen here to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Olympus products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And I would recommend a tour through that catalog because if you're looking at this, perhaps you've been given a part number and a task to source these locks. Okay, well that's great. You know, and your responsibility might just end right there. All the way to the opposite end of that spectrum where you're someone who's doing a job for a client and they've told you this is what I need. I need locks in my cabinet doors and it has to be compatible with my small format system. That might be new to you. And that's hopefully where we come in. But you also might find very interesting the data that's in this catalog because it is Olympus's comprehensive approach to, hey, here's everything we sell in the world of institutional cabinet locks. And I'll tell you, they do a great job. They are my go-to company for locks like this for a number of reasons, which I'll explain at the end of the video. But I would very much recommend a tour through here because you're going to be able to see cabinet hardware that works in a variety of keying platforms, conventional and interchangeable core in different platforms, Sargent, Schlage, Corbin, Russwin, Medico, small format. They can do Schlage C, best keyways as well in a conventional format cam lock. Here's an example of a small format in a conventional cam lock. And their entire catalog is laid out earlier, as I had said. Specifications on the right, table somewhere on the page, some pictures, cross-section, things of that nature. They do a really great job at it. Looks like it's extremely complicated when you view this stuff, but after you scroll through this and read through this a couple of times, you'll be very comfortable using this catalog and their product line actually to meet your short-term goals when it comes to fulfilling your needs or someone's needs for cabinet hardware. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So I said that I was partial to Olympus for a number of reasons. The material's generally in stock. That's a good start. The material is generally very competitively priced. It's economical. It's good quality material, but you feel like you're getting value. The manufacturer is a comprehensive provider of things within the product line. Their technical support is exceptional. Every time that I contact technical support, I get a concise, elegant, expert answer to the question that I have. I don't work with customer service in the sense of finding out when something will ship. I'm trying to figure out if I can apply a product in a particular way for a client. So I talk to technical support. I would imagine that it's a culture at Olympus where everyone's quite excellent. That's the bottom line. Any questions on the 725 RD-DW-IH in 26D or any other Olympus product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.